Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Blue Archive, the animation episode number 1 reaction. So before I begin, I need to mention a few things. First of all, I played the game, the gacha game, a little bit for a very small amount of time, for like a few weeks as far as I can remember. I had to discontinue Blue Archive because I had a lot of things on my plate and I wasn't able to put that much time in it. So little by little, I stopped playing it, and then I had to uninstall it. So I do know the game, and I had read the very first chapter. I've only read the first chapter. I barely even remember much from it, but I do remember playing it and playing only the first chapter. So I might recognize a few things maybe from the first couple of episodes, and that is it. So other than that, I have no clue about what this story is like about. A little bit of the background I got to know from the chapter 1, so that's all I know. And I'm looking forward to this. Also, I have been hearing so like I feel like at least since I play FGO and when I make like FGO videos, I've seen a lot of people, like at least 3 to 4, maybe more than that, people like recommend me Blue Archive, and each and every one of them told me that the story is really good. So I'm very curious, like the first chapter, it was okay. Like the story was okay, but from the way people are describing this, I'm guessing this is going to be a really good story. So that made me very curious. So I'm going to check out the anime and see what this is about. And I don't know if I get enough time in the future, and if I get interested in the game in itself after watching this anime, I might again pick it back up, because I do remember the count that I had when I played it for like a few weeks was very lucky as far as I can remember. I think I got like the maximum rarity in Blue's Archive is 3 stars, isn't it? I think I remember getting at least 3 to 4 stars within this 1 or 2 weeks that I played. Like I was insanely lucky. I remember I got that girl. I think her name is Hina. I got her. I got another character in the summer outfit. The summer event was ongoing, or the rerun was ongoing, I think. And a few other characters I got like back to back. And I'm going to, like, if I recognize them here in the story, I'll say that, oh, this is the character that I got. But I don't remember most of the names. The only character's name that I remember is Hina, because she's like one of the most popular characters. And and she was the one who I got like very early, and I was very happy. Anyways, so yeah, all that aside, it was a long intro. Let me just start the reaction, and I'll discuss and talk more about what I remember from the story and what characters I got later on in the discussion section, or while I'm reacting. So yeah, let's get started then. So this is episode 1 reaction. So yeah, I do timer reactions because of copyright. Obviously, I will be providing the subtitles over here and the timer over here. Sync the original video to my reaction, and yeah, let us begin. So here's the countdown: 3, 2, 1, go. The situation. Okay. Oh. Damn. Seems to be the person. Well, she's bleeding. Isn't this that girl? The one in the who's like sitting in the classroom? I remember from the game. I trust you as an adult. Is that the sensei? Oh, the branching. Okay. Wait, I don't remember this part from the game. This part wasn't. Okay, so it's just like some kind of foreshadowing that the anime is doing. Like I said, I played the game for the first chapter. I don't remember this part from the game. Abydos High School Foreclosure Task Force. That is such a slow sound for an alarm. I would never wake up from that. What? Right. Wait, she has animal ears? I don't remember. Did she always have animal ears, even in the game? Oh yeah, she had. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember now. I forgot about that. Okay, I'll be honest. The animation looks so good, more like even better than as expected. I had like an expectation for the animation. I feel like this surpassed that. The animation looks crisp and really good. General Student Council gradually being restored. Hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, I didn't know about this aspect. Like this like animal like what do you call them? Anthropomorphic, I think. Characters? Okay. Wow, this is interesting. The whole place is like desert and all the buildings are like submerged. Wow, okay, you know what? This is really piquing my interest now, especially the starting. I feel like I might return back to the game. Okay. Shiroko, that's her name. Okay. Bruh. Huh. Okay. This guy, remember her? She was like a 3 star. She has a shotgun, isn't? Yeah, she's a shotgun user, as far as I can remember. Oh, Jesus. And I remember she was given out for free. This girl, she's a 3 star, I think. Wow, gold card. She's rich. 40 dump. What? Okay. She has pointy ears. I realized. Does her? Ah. Yeah, that girl. I had her. It's Hina, isn't it? East Freedom. Eden Trader. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, this group. I remember them. Kata Kata Helmet. Right. Oh, I know why. She works there, doesn't she? I think so. Although we reputable. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have to pay off a damn 309 years. Oh yeah, good God. Right. Hmm. So I do wonder, is there a reason for like all of them has like halos on their head? I'm guessing that'll be revealed later why they have halos. Damn. Ah, there he is. It's Sensei, isn't it? Yep. Wait, are they going to show his? I don't think the game showed the face of the Sensei. I don't remember. Maybe they do later on. I'm not really sure. What the hell? Is it delinquents? The pompadour? That's not even a pompadour. That's a missile. Oh my god, that's a minigun. Okay. Bro, delinquents in this world use guns. I guess everyone uses guns. Okay, they. Oh my god. So this is an everyday occurrence here. Casually with a minigun. Okay. Not minigun, Gatling gun. Whoa, what? Oh yeah, yeah. Sensei. Oh god. On the ground. Yeah? You think so? Okay, they're showing his face. Interesting. Because I don't remember in the game they showed their face. Maybe they do later. He looks kind of, like a. He has a spacey vibe to him. Yeah. Wow. Guessed. Okay, interesting. So they're not showing that part. I remember in the game they introduced the sensei and a few other characters in the very beginning. Oh, that's what happened. I thought he got beat up by someone or something. So he actually had a heat stroke. Right. Okay, what is his name? Everyone calls him sensei. Oh yeah, Shale. Okay, that's the name. Yeah, that's the name of the organization. Okay. Supplies. What? Certificate of transfer. Oh, for ammunition and supplies. Hmm. Bro. Hmm. Serika. First year, okay. No, no, me, second year. She's also first year, okay. I know. Shiroko. Yeah? Hoshino, isn't it? She's third year. As far as I can remember. No, she's. Wait, okay. Okay. Oh, she. I didn't realize that she has heterochromic eyes. Oh my god, this. Like training. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I was wondering. Oh, that's why. Trying to pay off the debt. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why are they still here when everyone else has left? Bruh. Oh, Oh god. Yeah. Not enough bullets. Oh yeah, she's a grenadier, isn't she? That girl? Damn! Oh yeah, this I'll talk about this later. Damn. Oh, she has a Gatling gun, not a okay. Oh my god. Grenade. Mm. Okay. I love how colorful the grenades are, like red. Mm. Okay. Okay, so he will be like a coordinator. Yeah, okay, it's kind of like Arknights, where in the anime, that's literally what. I guess it makes sense because the main character is basically controlling the characters. So it makes sense why he's a coordinator. Damn! Whoa! What the? Okay. Oh no, no more bullets. Oh yeah, she's a supporter, I remember. She like supports from the back. Wait, are they getting. Are they dying? No, what's happening? What? They don't want their faces to be seen? What? Okay. I have a lot of questions. So, they're getting shot, but they're not dying. Bah. Okay, so wait, so those are not lethal bullets. Yeah, I'll revenge. Interesting subtitles. Wait. Alright. Hmm. Okay, this is the opening. Okay, alright. Okay, the first episode, it actually it was so good. I'll talk about this later. Okay, let me watch the opening first. Whoa! Wow. Okay, this is good. Wow, this opening is crazy. What the hell? Okay. Damn. Okay, you know what? Is that it? No, there's still something left. All right. Ah, here we go. They're showing it now. I was thinking like they didn't show this scene. I don't know. That's her name. Oh, okay. There we go. That was the first episode. Right. First and foremost, I feel like that was done really well. Like I don't know what I was expecting, but I was definitely expecting it to be this good because, like, first of all, like animation is so good. The visuals looks so clean, and I don't know, like I feel like the way they like did this episode, it is so good because like I said, I remember playing the first chapter of the game and I don't remember being this interested while playing the game for the first chapter. The first chapter was good, but I feel like the direction that they went with this, that little part at the very beginning with the foreshadowing and whatever is going to happen, and then like like here, and then we get to meet the sensei, all these things. I feel like the direction that they went with the first episode was very well executed. Also, like overall everything looks so good. And also, you have to realize that since this is an anime, they are able to show us so much more than they're able to in a game. Like in the game you can just see the still screens, here we can see like the vicinity and everything, which I feel like makes us more interested in the world and the characters, because as we saw at the very beginning, they showed us Shiroko, I think that's her name. She goes like comes out from her house. She uses a bicycle, and is like going, and we see the all the like like the background, like the submerged like buildings in like the sand. Then inside the train, there's like animal like like anthropomorphic characters just sitting down and everything. And then we saw that those delinquents like literally fighting in the middle of the street. So all these things I feel like it's very easy to show in an anime the way they did it, which makes us even more captivated. So I feel like this was done so well, and this definitely piqued the interest of people who aren't aware of the game or haven't played the game. And I've played the first chapter, so I do know what I'm getting into, at least for a little bit. But for people who has no idea, I feel like this definitely captured their attention, and they were like, oh, that's interesting, this seems quite good. So yeah, like I'm really liking how this is going. So overall impressions, yeah, it actually surpassed my expectations, so yeah, I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. Also, like I said, there's a few things that I remember from the story, the first chapter, and I remember the way the story in the game went. The first chapter went was the sensei was introduced, and there wasn't that first scene. That very first scene where we see this person. Okay, that's definitely what's her name, Aruna or something. Wait a minute, what's her name? in the end. Let me check. Just a minute. I don't know. Yep, that's her name. So the very first scene, you can, if you try to like hear it properly, you can probably realize it. That's Aruna's voice, isn't it? The very first scene, the person who was saying like, "Oh, it is my fault. Like we are in this crossroads. We could have taken a different decision or something." She says, and she says like, "Oh, this is all up to you, Sensei," something like that. I do not remember that in the story at all. I don't, or maybe I've just forgotten. I'm not really sure, but I don't remember a scene like that. So they definitely like is like foreshadowing something like in the anime for whatever's going to happen in the future. But in the game, I don't think this was there. So first and foremost, this scene, or if it was there, I probably forgot. I'm not really sure. First and foremost, that scene really captured my attention as to what's going to happen. That little foreshadowing, whatever that was, and also the fact, like, this is another thing that I was always very curious when I played the game. Like, I barely played the first chapter, so I obviously I have no clue who this character is. But Aruna is a character that I really was quite peculiar about, because first of all, she is a character who, like, I don't know. First of all, she's like in an empty classroom or whatever, just sitting down and saying that, "Oh, like, welcome, Sensei." And I remember in the game, the very first thing that she does when you boot the game up is like, I think she like introduces herself or whatever, and then she's like, "Oh, what should I call you with?" And this is a very cool feature of Blue Archive. This is only one gacha game I've seen this feature in. I've never seen it in any other gacha game. That the character actually calls you by your name. Like, you have to provide your name, and then you have to provide the pronunciation for it, and the character actually calls you by the name. That is so cool. I feel like a lot of other gacha games should do that. She's the only character who does that though. Like, no other characters, because obviously otherwise it'll be too much coding. It's kind of impossible. So yeah, it makes sense. She's the only one who calls you by your name. So it's like any name you can pick, and if you provide like a pronunciation for it as well, it'll read out the name via the pronunciation. So, like, if you've been seeing my channel, you'll know my handle name for all the gacha games that I play is QUINCS. So I use that, and I remember providing like a appropriate pronunciation for it, and she actually calls it like that. That is so cool. Like I said, I feel like a lot of gacha games should do this. It's such a small thing, but it's very cool. Right. Anyways, but yeah, I went on a tangent. So she was really peculiar. I was really interested. I was like, okay, interesting. Why is she in like an empty classroom, just sitting down, and something like that. So you can probably understand from the very first scene in this anime is that she definitely has a big role to play. Whatever's going to happen, would probably like revolve around her or whatever. She's like probably like a key piece who we know nothing about for now, and who we probably will not know anything about up until the story goes at a certain point, probably. And then we'll probably know what she is, how she is like important, and then it'll probably go to a certain section when we can backtrack back to this first scene and be like, oh, so that's what this scene was about, something like that. So yeah. And I'm very, also another thing, the very first scene we can see that she is in the train. She's wearing different dress, as you can see. She has like long hair, and her dress is different as well. And she says that only you can bring us to a different result. Then we see the branching in the train path, which obviously denotes like multiple, like choices that you'll have to make in the future, something like that. Another thing, like I said, that I don't think they didn't do in this is that I remember in the game the main character was actually, since you're the main character, like the sensei, he actually, there was a few things that they showed us which made no sense, or at least I wasn't able to make any heads and tails of what the hell was going on. They introduced him, and then they brought Ashale, the thing that he was saying, they brought them there. A few characters were there. They kind of briefed the sensei about like, oh, you have to go to this place and help these girls out or something like that, they say. And I barely remember much about it, but I do remember seeing a few characters there who weren't shown in this episode. So I feel like what they're doing here is to make it easier for us to understand. They have completely cut that out, and they'll probably include that later in the story when everything will be make a lot better sense. Because like I said, I remember playing the game, and that scene, I understood what was happening, but it didn't really connect properly in my head, because that scene and the scene that comes later on with these girls and them, they had no connection. So that scene was just a scene that was there, I saw, and I was like, okay, so the sensei is part of whatever this group is, and they are like taking the sensei and putting him here in this place, telling him to take care of this situation, something like that. I do remember another character there. I don't remember her name or anything like that, but she's one of the most coolest characters, or one of the most coolest characters designs I've ever seen in a gacha game. Who is that character? You know what? She was in the ending song. I'll try to. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm just going to like name the section where she was shown in the ending song. The scene where they show the train in the ending song, and then they show the whole city. Then we see this place, a very huge, like a place. There's a little podium, and there's someone standing beside the podium. And the next scene, immediately we see the girl with glasses and elf ears, long hair, blue, like blue colored dress. That girl, she was shown in the very first scene that they didn't show in this episode, which was in the game. I remember. I don't remember her name, but she has one of the most coolest character designs I've ever seen. And I don't know, I really liked her from that little brief amount we saw of her in the very first chapter. Right. But all those stuff, I'm guessing they'll show later. Like I said, I think, I don't know, I think they are doing this in a, like, to make it more easier to understand for the newcomers. They probably cut those sections out, and they'll probably show those sections later on when the story will at least make a little bit more sense for the newcomers. So that's why they started with these girls who will be spending the most time, time with, these girls who will be trying to pay off the loans. That's why they started with them, and then they introduced the sensei, because I remember in the game it went in a different way, so to make it easier for us to understand, I feel like they're doing that, which is good, I think. I don't know, at least I feel like it makes it easier for us to understand, especially for people who has no idea what this is about, because I feel like a lot of gacha games do this, where they like throw in scenes which has no connection to anything which is going to happen from here onwards, but they will make sense later on in the future. But as a newcomer, you're just you're just overwhelmed by that, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Like, a lot of gacha games do this, and it's cool as a a plot device, I feel like, because like later on when you play the game and when you understand everything, later on you'll be able to backtrack, and you'll be like, oh, that's interesting, like this is why this was shown, or something like that. And this is, but as a newcomer, I feel like it like overwhelms you, and like the story doesn't make sense, because they show this certain scene which will not make sense to you at all until later game for a big chunk, and then this continue with like a different type of a setting. So you're like, what the hell was that scene about, and you try to think about it, but nothing makes sense. So it kind of overwhelms you as a newcomer. But in the long run, if you stick in with the story, I guess like it's worth it for the long run, because later on you'll be able to backtrack, and you'll be like, oh, that's cool, they kind of gave us hints about this, something like that, kind of like a foreshadowing, but yeah, like I don't know, I at least this seems more like the very first episode is very easy to understand, and I had no problems understanding what's going to happen, what is happening. So yeah, I had a great time. Also, a few other things. So basically, the main theme, not theme, but the main situation of this setting is that the sensei has come here, and these girls, they have a lot of debt, like 360 years or something, I don't know, some kind of crazy number like that. And yeah, and then they have these kata helmet gang who come and attack them. I also remember there are, like I said, the very first chapter, I remember there were a few other characters that came in. What were their names? They were I think they were called like the problem solvers or something like that. I don't remember their proper name, but there were three characters there. One was a red hair or like a reddish pink haired character who who has a like who has a very interesting character design, but her character doesn't reflect in her character design at all. Like looking at her character design, you'll probably be like, oh, she's a very like she looks like a very sassy and a cool character. But when you get to know that character, she's one of the most goofiest and airheaded characters I've ever seen. So that's another thing I very much remember, because I remember seeing her and I was like, oh, she's going to be a very cool and sassy character. But turns out when I got to know, like she was like one of the most airheaded characters who's like makes silly and goofy mistakes. I remember that. I know, so that's still stuck in my head. That girl is there, and then there are a few others. Like I said, I don't remember properly. Then I remember another character comes in later with a mask. I actually got her. You know, I think her swimsuit variant I got in the gacha when I played the masked character. Okay, you know what? Now, like that I have the time, I'm just going to talk about the characters that I got as far as I can remember in the game. The very first character that I got, like I said, was Hina, I think. That girl with the purple dress and white hair looks very cool. I had her. I think she's a sniper rifler. She's a sniper. Then obviously that other girl, what's her name? Ayan. She's given to us for free, I think. The one with the Gatling gun. She's also a 3-star. Then I also got two other swimsuit characters. One, I don't remember her name at all, but she uses like a beach volleyball to throw at you and attack you or whatever. There was that one girl, and then there was another girl, another swimsuit character I got. Who was that? Oh, yeah, like I said, that girl, the one with the mask, has like a kitsune mask, I think. I got her, but her swimsuit variant I got. Then I remember like I don't know, like another event came up, and there was like a yukata, wearing character I also got, who has like I think black hair, but there was like a strand of white, thing. I don't remember any of their names, like I said, but I at least got, like I said, at least 4 to 5 3-star characters I got in those few amount of days. That's why I'm saying my account was very lucky actually. So if this like interests me again, and if I get enough time, which the biggest problem is time, like since I all do YouTube videos and I have a few games that I play, I don't get that time. So that's the biggest problem. I want to play the game, but I do not have the proper time to invest in it. So if I am able to, I might pick it up, because yeah, my account was very lucky in those few days. Like that, I got a lot of characters. So yeah, and I actually like really good characters. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So those are the characters that I got. I just wanted to mention them. So there you go. And then we have, what else happens? Oh yeah, the sensei comes in, and the sensei is like he asks what the problem is. The girls tell him. The girls introduce themselves to them as well. And yeah, and then these kata kata helmet gang, they come and tries to attack. Okay, another thing, so wait a minute, their bullets are like not lethal, I'm guessing. I guess that's why people are just casually waving around guns in the middle of the street, because they're not lethal. Is that why? Because you can see Shiroko literally shoots this girl at least 20 times on her face, and nothing happens. She's just like ow ow ow, just like that. So, okay, but then that also brings up another question. What was that about then? In the very first scene where we see this girl in the train, blood spilling out of like that seems like a lethal wound. So, yeah, that was a foreshadowing scene. So I'm guessing something's going to happen maybe later. Who knows? Right. And also this brings in another question to me, the very first scene. Is this like some kind of a time looping story? Because you can see the character in the very first scene. She literally tells you that, oh, we made we took a wrong choice. So maybe next time you can, you can show us the right direction, sensei, or something like that. She says, and she also says like it was my mistake or something like that. So this makes me think if this is like some kind of a looping thing going on or whatever. Otherwise, why would she say that? Like, oh, next time. which means that they're going to repeat the whole thing again or something. Right. Anyways, like all these questions, I feel like are for way later, not now. Um. Okay. So yeah, and the sensei comes in, and what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the guns. So the guns are not lethal. Okay, I think so. Let me know. Then like we get to see the Kata Kata Helmet Gang. Like they attack them, and Sensei was like, "What do? Why are you girls here? Why are you trying to, like do like help this place out?" And she's like, Shiroko's like, "Because this is the place we are in. Like, this is our home or something like that." She says. And yeah, and the sensei's like, all right, let's go ahead then. So he was the one who like coordinates them, and I guess it makes sense because Arknights also takes in the similar approach, where you can see like the doctor in Arknights in the anime I'm talking about. He also has like a iPad or whatever, and he uses that to kind of like coordinate everyone. Which I guess that's the only way I guess you can do, because in the story in the game, you are the main character. You're the doctor or you're the sensei, so you are like controlling the characters. That is why I guess it makes sense for them to be like a person who's like coordinating everyone, because other than that, what are they even going to do? They don't fight in the main battles, so they'll be like some kind of a coordinator, something like that. And it makes sense, because otherwise what else are they even going to do? So yeah. um right. And then we have everyone like defeating the Kata Kata Helmet Gang, and there you go, they run away. And yeah, that is where it ended. So yeah, great start. You know what, I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, and the final scene, I don't know, I think that's her name. Yeah. She's like, oh, welcome sensei. And I remember that scene being in the very first scene, as far as I can remember, in the game. So they brought that scene in the end. Like I said, they're kind of rearranging the scenes, probably to make it easier for the newcomers to understand and making more exciting for them. Because I think, or maybe I'm just like completely mixing stuff up myself, because like I said, it's been a while. But as far as my memory goes, this scene was in the very first. This girl is just sitting in the classroom, and then she's like, oh, you're here, sensei. Like, welcome. What should I call you? Or something like that, she says. And then you have to like choose your name and everything. Like I said, she literally calls you by your name if you provide the correct pronunciation for it. Right. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this girl is the first girl, the girl we see in the very beginning, because the voice, it's such a distinct voice. You can realize that. And if you look at it properly, even though her hair here is short, I think, yeah. In the very first scene, you can see her hair is long, and it has like a very similar color, like blue and pink, I think. Yeah, and there you go. And that was it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the episodes. I think it'll have like how many episodes, 12 or something, I'm not really sure. But yeah, who knows, maybe after, I'm what I might do, I might just watch this, and when it'll come, I don't know up until which part this will cover. But after that, I might like, I don't know if I get enough time. Again, like I said, the time is the biggest factor. I might pick up the game again, but there's a big chance I might not, just because I might not have that amount of time to invest. But at least I can watch the anime in that case. So there you go. Similar with Arknights, because I've said this before as well for Arknights as well. Like I don't have the time to provide, and I guess Arknights is way more like like you have to way more like be involved in the game, unlike Blue Archive, because I do remember Blue Archive was a very casual type game. Like it, and as far as I know, as you go forward, you don't need to spend that much time when you become more accustomed to it. You can just play the main story at your own pace, and then just do the dailies and the other stuff. you know so yeah, but the first few, I feel like, months, you actually have to invest your time on it. And that in itself I don't have the time for. So I'll think about it. So yeah. And the first episode definitely piqued my interest, especially with the very first scene. So yeah, let's see. Right, now I'm going to go through this episode scene by scene. Even though I like talked about most of the stuff that I needed to talk about, let me just see if I missed something. So the very first scene, like I said, just that scene with the girl getting shot. You see this white-haired girl come in, and shoot someone, and next scene we see her like bleeding and everything, and she says like, I couldn't understand it back then, I made a mistake, and I trust you as an adult. You can certainly bring us a different result than the twisted road ahead. And yeah, and then she's like, you have to make a choice or something like that, she says. And yeah, that's how it starts. So next we get to see Shiroko. Shiroko is okay, they kind of explain it here, like the news or whatever. Here we go. Student council all the student council president is missing, has put general student council into chaos. Fortunately, the Sanctum Tower has regained its light and administration is also being gradually restored. Another interesting thing I saw, so are the people who are like not fighting, are all of them like anthropomorphic, like like humans? Like we have seen like cats and raccoons, rabbits, and then we have these characters who look like actually human beings, and they're the ones who are fighting. So interesting. And even the people who are fighting, they have like certain characteristics which are like of an animal, or like some kind, like for example, that girl has like pointy ears like an elf. Shiroko has like cat ears, stuff like that. Okay, thus the chaos in the academy city Kivatos will gradually subside. Now I need to understand a few things. I feel like, first of all, like there's a few terms that come up here, and so Kivotos, so that is like the whole academy city is called Kivotos. Okay, general student council, what is that? Is that the as they say, like the general student council? So the student council president who's missing from that general student council. What is Shale then? Like all these things, it's a bit, I don't know, like I feel like it's a bit difficult to understand at the very beginning, but I feel like I'll understand it gradually. And okay, what is Gehenna Academy? Is it like the academy that they are in? I think so. They kind of explain it later, I think. Let me check. So you can see these girls coming to the school. Right. So Shiroko comes in. Okay, here we go. So this girl says like, oh, you've like biked for so long, like hundreds of kilometers. Like, what is wrong with you? Okay, so one thing here, you can see that when they ask this girl like, oh, what were you doing? She's like, oh, I was at the library, and everyone's like, wait, what? I was at the library, I didn't see you. And she looks a bit, like like trying as if to hide something. So I think I know the reason why. As far as I remember, she works part-time at like some ramen stall, as they say, because when they bring up the name, she gets a little bit, like, yeah. So that's why she's trying to hide it or something, as far as I can remember. I remember that. Okay, another thing that they say I don't understand here. Okay, I wanted to find out more information about the DOHC problem while repairing the schoolhouses. Okay, the so-called DOHC refers to engine named double overhead cam. I have no idea what that means, because she says it might be useful later, but I have no idea what that is. Okay, right. Anyways, so moving on. Okay, then they talk about like the stuff we see, like Noromi. Okay, I remember this girl was given for free in the game, and from the looks of it, she's very rich, isn't she? She has like some gold credit card or whatever, and she's like goes on a shopping spree, like buys like 40 dumbbells or whatever. Okay. Okay, she explains it here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this part. The first is about recent events in Kivotos, an academy city of. Okay, so yeah, Kivotos is basically like the whole place. Within it, there's a lot of schools. So Kivotos is the academy city, the whole place. An academy city of various schools. It is the General Student Council headed by the Student Council President that maintains the balance among the schools. Yeah, so the General Student Council is like the main student council of all the. Okay. Right. and that so-called student council president is missing. However, student council president seems to be missing not long ago. Many autonomous schools districts seems to be in chaos as a result. Yeah, and then we see this group. Like I said, this is Hina, isn't it? Yeah, the one at the back. And yeah, I had her. Okay. Speaking of the General Student Council president, what's that again? The peace treaty between Trinity General School and Gehenna Academy. Eden Treaty. That's it. Hasn't that been completed yet? Because the initiator of the treaty, the student council president, is missing. Okay. No one knows what's to. Okay. Okay, so Gehenna Academy is their academy, I'm guessing. The name of their academy. Okay, anyways, then. Right. So they're asking for help from the General Student Council, but like. Okay, so Shale is part of the General Student Council because, yeah, that's where the sensei comes from. Because they've asked for backup. He's okay. Right, and then we get to see these loans, like the Kaiser loan or whatever, and they are like taking like loan money from them, and they have like 300 years or something for the money to be paid. Okay. Anyways, then after that, Shiroko goes home, says like goes to sleep. Next day, we see these delinquents in the middle of the street fighting against these other few characters, and these, yeah, that was funny. Like the Pompadour becoming like missiles or whatever. Right, and this is where Shiroko comes across Sensei in the middle of the street, like sprawled and down, So she helps him out, brings her to the school, and everyone's freaking out. They're like, "What the hell? You kidnapped someone?" And then he's like, "Oh no, like I'm actually a sensei." Okay, so he introduces himself. I'm the teacher of the General Invest. Oh, so yeah, so the General Investigation Division, Shale, that is part of the General Student Council. I'm guessing, like the main group. Teacher of the General Investigation Department, Shale. Nice to meet you. Yeah, she literally says here after that, you're part of the General Student Council. There you go. Okay, I understand it better. Right, so Abydos is like the whole place. Within Abydos, there's like multiple schools, and one of the schools is this school. I think this school's name is Gehenna. And there's a few others as well. From the like the whole like city, the main student council is the General Student Council, and underneath the General Student Council lies the Investigation Department, Shale, for which is part is Sensei is one of the part of them. That's why he is here. The General Student Council president, that's the main person, is missing, and that's why a lot of schools are kind of going crazy and like stuff like that. Okay, so that is like the basics of what's going on. And these girls, their school, I think they talk about like a treaty with the General Student Council, but since the Student Council president is missing, they haven't gotten any help that much. But now, finally, they got a backup, which is the sensei who has come to help them out. Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so after that, like they bring in Hoshino, everyone introduces themselves. Okay, I'm gonna read this part as well. Right. So the girl, the cat ears girl, the one with the twin tails, black hair, her name is Serika Kuromi, first year student. Okay, and then we have this girl, the rich girl, Izayoi Nonomi, second year student, and then we have Okusora Ayane, first year department. Then we have Suno Okami. Oh, she's a wolf. Okami. Ah, I thought she was a cat. No, that other girl is a cat. What's her name? Serika or something? She's a wolf. Suno Okami. Okay. Yeah. Shiroko. That's so interesting. Her name is Sunao Okami. Sunao means, I think, nice, or like, in Japanese, Sunao, like nice, and listens to other people, that type of thing. And Okami is like a wolf, and Shiro is white, and Ko is girl, or Shiroko, something like that, like a, yeah. So okay, interesting, right? So that's her name. Then we have the final person, president of the foreclosure task force, Takanashi Hoshino. And they don't mention it, but as far as I can remember, she's a third year because she's the council president and everything. Yeah. And then the Abydos foreclosure task force, you know. Right. No, their school's name is Abydos, isn't it? Yeah. Wait. What is Gehenna Academy then? Which academy is Gehenna Academy? They mentioned it before. I'm guessing we'll get to know later. Okay. Other than that, they come in, and the teacher introduces themselves, and then Shiroko brings him to his room, and Shiroko's like, like the place is like we are the five are the only people here, and she explains how everyone like left after the whole loan situation, and like later on the sensei asks him like why, like do you want to protect this school, what reason, and it gets interrupted. The Katakata helmet gang comes in and attacks them, so they quickly go in and starts fighting against them, and you can see they try to stop them, but they're like kind of not in coordination. Like Shiroko like literally bumps into that other girl, the Gatling gun girl, and and then you can see Sensei has the pad with him, iPad or whatever, and that girl is in there. I forgot her name again. The girl in the end, the blue-haired girl. So she is there. She's like an AI or whatever, but she, yeah, something like that. So she's like, Sensei, you want to help them or something like that, she says. At which Sensei is like, all right, let's do this. So he comes out and he asks the girls, why are you trying to protect this place? And yeah, and everyone's like, because this is our place. This is where we belong. And Sensei's like, all right, then let's do it. So he instructs everyone, and like they do the whole battle. And like I said, I remember in the game, obviously there's like people who fight, and then there's characters who you can assign in the background who help you out, like by healing you or providing you like like extra some buffs and boosts, or like using like bombardments. Those are the characters that are that is that girl, the one with the glasses and Elpheus. I forgot her name. All these game names I need to remember. Who provides Shiroko with the ammunition, thing. She's one of those supporters, I remember. They like are in the background and then they help you out from the background. So yeah, they fight, like, and they defeat all. Okay, so the Katakata helmet gang is kind of funny because so they lose all I don't know, like motivation to fight whenever their face gets exposed. That's why they try to hide their heads with helmet, I'm guessing. And so when their helmets gets cracked, they are like trying to hide their faces, and they stop fighting. So that's how you defeat them. Another interesting thing that I realized, I think every single characters who are, like I said, who looks like humans, they have the halo on their head, and other than them, everyone else is like a anthropomorphic like character, isn't it? I think so. That's what it seems like, because all the Katakata helmet gang, each and every one of them has like a halo. Their halos are not as fancy as these girls from our academy, but they're still halos. All these girls, their halos are kind of fancy. Like Shiroko has like a blue stylish halo. Everyone else has like a different colored halo. And they also have like different styles as well, which is interesting. While the Katakata helmet gang, most of the characters had like only one white halo. Only their leader has two white halos. Okay. So they run away, and after that, like, right. So yeah, there you go. And that is where it ended. They go back home, and yeah. So then, and in the end, like we see, what's her name? Okay, let me see her name again. I forgot her name again. Aruna. Yep. So Aruna's there in that class, and Sensei comes in and she's like, "Oh, Aruna," and she's like, "Oh, I've been waiting for you, Sensei," and that's where it ended. So there you go. That was the episode, and yeah, like I love it. I really love it. This really piqued my interest, and I'm looking forward to whatever's going to come. So I discussed about a lot of things. A lot of things might be wrong, might be like I'm me misremembering things. If there's anything like that, without any spoilers, you can let me know in the comment sections. And yeah, so there you go. That is it. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Blue Archive. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.